Imagine every night you find yourself marrying the same woman. She's beautiful, mysterious, and hauntingly silent, but as the clock strikes midnight, a chill runs down your spine, and you notice she's not entirely alive tonight. We're diving into a story shrouded in secrets, where love meets the supernatural and reality mingles with the beyond. This isn't just any tale of marriage. It's a haunting story of a man who unknowingly married a spirit, night after night, without knowing who or what he was bound to. In this video, we'll uncover the chilling truth behind his nightly wedding ritual, revealing how he fell into a dark web of ancient folklore and spirits who cling to the living. As we piece together his story, you'll learn what really happens when the worlds of the living and the dead collide, and why he continued this ghostly marriage each night. So, stay with us till the end. We'll share lesser-known facts about these eerie encounters, ghostly rituals, and the thin veil separating our world from theirs. Welcome to Sankofa Tale, your doorway to stories that connect past and present in strange, spine-chilling ways. If you're ready for more stories like this, go ahead and subscribe, and let's dive into the unknown together. Before we talk about the unsettling nights that followed, let's meet the strange bride who appeared each evening at the stroke of midnight. She entered with a quiet grace, her form barely visible in the dim light. Her skin held an otherworldly glow, almost too pale, too delicate, like moonlight trap. Beneath the surface, her beauty was undeniable, but there was something unsettling. Her hair cascaded down her shoulders in thick black waves that seemed to blend into the shadows. Her eyes, though deep and alluring, held a sadness that hinted at secrets untold. Every word she spoke came in a whisper, as if it were floating from a place beyond. When she reached out, her touch was icy, sending chills up his spine, leaving his hands numb and his heart racing. The man felt drawn to her in ways he couldn't explain, even as his mind whispered warnings. His heart urged him to stay, to complete the strange marriage ritual. Night after night she moved with a calm, almost hypnotic elegance, but the closer he got, the more he felt an invisible boundary between them. The air around her was dense and cold, and yet he couldn't resist. He kept his vow each night, going along with the ritual as if bound by a force beyond his control. Before we talk about the chilling revelations to come, let's step into the growing sense of mystery that haunted the man each night. As time passed, his curiosity about the strange bride only deepened. She seemed too perfect, yet somehow not fully there. He started noticing small, unsettling details, like how she would vanish without a trace before sunrise, as if she were slipping back into the shadows she came from. Even objects in his home moved on their own. A chair shifted slightly, curtains rustled with no breeze. It was as though her presence lingered, reaching out even after she was gone. Stranger still were the rumors he began hearing around the village. Old women whispered about spirits that roamed in search of love, clinging to the living in desperate attempts to feel human again. There were murmurs of past tragedies, of a bride who had died on her wedding night and was said to still haunt those lonely enough to call her spirit. These warnings were vague, but their meaning grew clearer each night. Her touch, her silence, her vanishing act all hinted at a truth too eerie to accept, and yet, despite the warnings, the man couldn't break away. He felt trapped in her spell, a captive to a bride who existed between the worlds of the living and the dead. Before we talk about the haunting choice he made, let's step into that fateful night when his courage finally overtook his fear. One evening, the man felt a surge of determination, a need to break free from the unanswered questions that haunted him. With his voice trembling, he turned to his mysterious bride and asked her directly, "Who are you truly?" For a moment, there was only silence. She stared back at him, her eyes hollow yet filled with a sorrow he couldn't ignore. Finally, in a voice that seemed to carry the weight of centuries, she confessed her truth. She was a spirit, bound to this world, unable to move on. Her words were filled with melancholy, as if every syllable pulled her deeper into the sorrowful past she was forever chained to. She explained that only through her nightly union with the living could she feel a semblance of life once more. The man was frozen, torn between terror and sympathy. He felt the cold truth pressing down on him, yet a part of him understood her loneliness, her desire to reach beyond the grave. She was no ordinary ghost. She was a soul caught between worlds, seeking a connection, even if it meant binding herself to him, night after night. Before we talk about the life he faced afterward, let's enter his final night with her, the night he made a decision that would change everything. After countless nights off haunting beauty and silent mystery, The man knew he couldn't continue living in the shadows of her sorrow. The weight of her longing pressed on him, urging him to do what was right. No matter the cost finally, he made a choice. He would form the ancient ritual to release her soul, allowing her to leave this world in peace with trembling hands. He started the ritual, reciting words passed down through whispered tales as each line left his lips. He felt the air grow lighter, her presence slowly fading, as if she were dissolving into the night itself, and then she turned to him, her face softened by a bittersweet smile and a voice so gentle it felt like a final whisper. She thanked him, her gratitude echoing with an ache that words could hardly hold in those final moments. He saw her truly at peace, her lingering sorrow lifted, and he felt the air grow warm once more. Though he knew he was finally alone, he could sense that her soul had found its freedom as the man gazed into the emptiness left behind. He felt haunted yet strangely at peace, though his life would never be the same. He knew he had set her spirit free, breaking the chain that kept her bound to his world. The memories lingered, like a dream, beautiful, mysterious, and haunting. And now, the question is yours to answer. Would you marry a spirit if it meant setting them free? Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you enjoyed this story, please give this video a like and subscribe to Sankofa Tale for more eerie stories from the unknown. Until next time, stay curious, stay brave.